Okay, so we see cryptocurrencies have a nice run. Solana, Bitcoin, everything except Kin, of course. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about the current state of what's going on and the way it's going to go and everything. So, Donald Trump winning is, of course, a major win, major win. Not necessarily because of the strategic reserve, but because of the game theory of other countries now not being able to ignore it anymore. We've heard some Chinese news of China on national CCP TV talking about how they need to be part of this movement. So we'll probably see a major run. And best positioned, of course, of all of the different blockchains is Solana, naturally, because of all the technological development that they've been doing, and also additionally because of its marketing, its image, and all the meme coins that are being launched on Solana. So that's a huge positive. We're gonna see probably a lot more speed, the whole development, the whole space speeding up in terms of like development and new stuff coming out. There have been people working on it for years on these different kind of projects, and they're just now coming together, and they're going to try to pump out everything during the bull run, of course. And there is the idea that meme coins are going to play more of a role than originally thought. So that's also in the run. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit also about Kin, not so much about code. A little bit though. For people who've been following this, I got basically fucked by the Kin community and the code team as I launched KinCat. They were like, fuck you, leave our community. They got banned everywhere. People told me from the code team to not tag them anymore, which was, in my opinion, a very disgusting move by them. I got even insulted, and then as a response of the insults, that guy that insulted me was even made a moderator in the Telegram group, and then I was completely booted out of that group. Pretty disgusting moves. Pretty horrible behavior, in my opinion. And so morally, I cannot just continue with that project anymore. I still, am connected with Kin Holding Kin, but I'm literally not connected with that project anymore. In a sense, I still believe the technology is kind of nice, but I feel like the people behind it and the people connected to it is not the type of people that I want to work with. So I kind of left this project. If if they still get it to run, there supposedly on November 27th they're going to launch Flip Chat, and I don't understand Turkish. Sorry. Speak English, please. So in they're going to launch on the 27th. They're going to launch Flip Chat. Uh, I don't know. I've my expectations with Code Inc. are super low. I don't believe that there's any kind of that they have any kind of special powers or something. I don't believe the project's gonna move forward. I mean, I wish them the best. For me, it wouldn't be bad. It's pretty horrible how the whole project is lagging compared to the whole market. It's just horrible. And it's not like they didn't have the right possibilities and options. And to be quite honest, I think Ted and the team, they think too much of themselves. I think they're kind of arrogant, to be quite honest, and I think that they're much less. I don't know what the word to use. They're much less like professional and visionary, and than they think they are. So I in gonna be super honest. It's no investment advice, but I personally wouldn't put 1% into the project. There's no way I would put one more cent into the project. Absolutely no way. Um, because I think, uh, there's been too much time that has passed, too much things that have shown that they are not the leaders that they say they are, and so forth. So, but it doesn't mean that something couldn't happen with the project, that still takes off, but the probabilities are becoming less and less. For now, I would say it was one of the worst decisions that I've ever made, probably. I'm kind of almost, it's almost like, um, I feel almost embarrassed to have been part of it, to be quite honest. Because I wasn't sufficiently red pilled to realize how much these people suck. It's not the technology that sucks. Partially also the technology, because it never really worked that smooth. It took them forever to release, updates, and they're, in my opinion, they're lagging behind, and I think they're going to be overtaken eventually, just by the sheer volume of developers that work on wallets or something like that. But we'll see what happens with FlipChat. I think they're overestimating. They're boomers. They're a little bit overestimating their power to move the market. And so Solana is probably gonna go over 1,000. We're probably gonna see that. Bitcoin is probably gonna go over 1,000, 100,000, and we'll see a rally in pretty much everything. It's gonna be interesting what happens to Pavel Durov from Telegram. He's probably, I don't know when his court case is supposed to happen. And then the what was I gonna say? Um, yeah, and I still run KinCat. I don't have any plans right now to go super aggressively into it. We started at 1,500 market cap. Now it's at 40,000 market cap. It was at a moment, it was at a time at 2 million, but we also upped the liquidity pool, which is now over 20% of the outstanding market capitalization, I think, at the moment, so that's fine. And there's no pressure to go super fast on KinCat, so I'll just do whenever I feel like it's the right time to work on it. I'll just do that. And it's exciting to see the green light for crypto all over the world. So we'll see a lot of good developments. And I feel like the game theory of cryptocurrency is going to accelerate, meaning that there's probably going to be countries that, as they adopt it, other people will start to try to adopt it as aggressively as well. So yeah, especially as it goes over 100,000, I think that's the moment where literally a lot of countries will join in. Now, what else? It's interesting. It's interesting with the kin and the code. It feels almost like it had to happen this way, and I feel interestingly enough, I feel much freer having left this toxic environment, because I realized that they're literally toxic. A lot of people in society are toxic, so it's not a surprise in any shape or form. It's just red pilling, basically. It's more red pilling. It's realizing what's really going on, and how things really are, and that's fine. That's good. And the interesting thing enough is that as I removed myself from the whole project, and they kind of also helped with that, I realized that the only benefit, literally the only real benefit, is the privacy. that's gonna come eventually anyway because there's gonna be a new blockchain that is gonna work just like so it'd be super private. I think even Solana is working on something that allows some privacy. So so not super, uh, tuned to what's happening in terms of privacy on Solana. But once something like that is there, it's interesting. There is a new chain called Demos, which is building a very high privacy messenger with the ability to swap currencies in a high anonymous privacy kind of environment, and they're about to launch. And so I think we'll see a lot of these projects that have that will be, high privacy layer twos and stuff like that, and we'll see a lot of progress there as well. So I think after the first kind of no after the kind of last wave of crypto adoption, we'll see the next wave after that will be high privacy wave, I believe. We'll see because the technology will be far enough to have fast Monero style, transactions at low cost. So that's super interesting. Now, I'm not going to be promoting code anymore. It's like an internal feeling. It's like an internal moral compass. I would have to force myself to do it, and that's just something I don't do. I live a very very spiritual life, and I follow my heart intuition. And for me, the connection to code is completely severed. It's completely cut. I don't see how I will go back to promoting kin or code. Um, I wish them the best. I wish them luck. But I don't see how I will continue promoting it. I think Flipchat will underperform, just like all of the stuff that they program, and we'll see what happens. I'm right now on a camping spot. I can turn around the camera on a huge parking space camping spot. Uh, okay, so my my kind of like idea on how to go about this is go long on Solana. If you have some kin, just wait it out. What's gonna happen with FlipChat? Because it wouldn't make sense to sell it now if when FlipChat is coming out. But if FlipChat doesn't take off, then basically then code is almost done. Then there's like no way that this takes off. And they make so many wrong decisions in my opinion. Uh, I'm not salty. I just think it was a wrong decision the way they behaved towards me. Uh, and I think it's factual. It's not really. It's not emotional. I think they made a mistake. And if that's how they deal with people, they probably deal with more people like this, not just with me. So yeah, it's interesting. It almost feels like I'm on the right side of things, and they to me they feel like sometimes it's hard to put it into words. It's like I'm almost sad for them. I feel almost sad for them because they're like stuck in this kind of like strange toxicity, and I'm completely liberated from it. It's interesting. Um and it feels almost like a claustrophobic project. They're so like enamored with, kin not realizing it's absolutely going nowhere, and they make one wrong decision after the other. Um it's literally going nowhere. I mean, look at the price. It's because people know what's up. It's not because, you know, it's not because people choose to ignore it. It's because they realize that there's no there's no opportunity there right now. So that's it for now. And Yeah, so just ride the Solana, stick with the kin until you see what happens with flip chat. That's what I'm gonna do, and and then uh, and then we'll see what the next wave will be, because something will happen. Obviously, with huge adoption of crypto, we'll probably see a lot of new stuff coming up now. It will be super interesting.